Hey guys, welcome back to our maybe final. It's match point, so I'll say it. It's match point, our best of 3 game series for our friends over in Thailand. They are now playing the FSL Thailand Qualifiers. We have close behind Esports and Team Illuminate Candylism. I'm Granted Game as O. With me is Raimi, Raiku, Kazami, and we are looking to find out if they have what it takes to win this competition, these qualifiers, and move into the main stage.
Yeah, so close behind Esports managed to get game 1 and get the upper hand against Illuminate Candylism. A lot of things went very haywire, but I want to see whether Illuminate Candylism have what it takes to go up and get back the point so that they can go back into even and get the final game going. Or will close behind Esports just dominate game 2 and take away the win for themselves.
Yeah, let's see what they have, because I think the first game was quite interesting. We saw the Aatrox actually managed to pull ahead a decent amount. They got quite a good use from the Zag. Zag had some very smart ganking patterns coming in from that Raptor camp and just being able to overall apply a ton of pressure in the mid lane. But even despite that, you know, you're talking about how Inky is sort of basically the carry for the team, right? Yes. We saw Renekton just run away with the game. Renekton got a little bit of a lead, and that was just more than enough.
Indeed, and now looking into the champion slate right now, standard bans coming from both sides, Nocturne, Gildo, and Lissandra, which was picked by close behind Esports in the previous game, now being banned on the side of close behind Esports. They're banning out the Cassiopeia, Urgot, and the Irelia. Similar bans. Yeah,
so we're also looking at an Aatrox coming in once again. I mean, Inky, she did phenomenally on the Aatrox. Unfortunately, was not enough. And Kled, well, this was a ban, right? This was banned out. So coming in with this Kled, they have opened up space to see perhaps the pocket pick coming in, and that's going to be quite a scary choice for them.
So will the Kled goes to the mid lane or the top lane? Because we do see Kled actually going to the mid lane as well.
That's true.
The most famous player to do that is actually Doing B from the LPL.
That's true.
So Kled can actually go to the mid lane, and you can force a lot of engages just by pressing the ultimate. Sejuani and the Kled will just run it down at you. And if we see a run it down composition, we definitely see a Sivir as well. Sivir, the ultimate as well, will make it such a good team comp as well. So looking very solid as a first 2 picks on the side of close behind Esports. And on the side of Illuminate Candylism, the same 2 duo again, Aatrox and Zac. These 2 has been the one taking the lead for the side of Illuminate Candylism. So seeing these 2 on the same pick again, very surprised, because they should have probably banned out the Zac or the Aatrox, because these 2 picks have done wonders for them. And seeing them gain on this pick, I want to see whether Illuminate Candylism can actually replicate the performance they did on game 1, get the lead on the mid lane as well, and get it going. And Morgana, the final ban. The final pick for the side of Illuminate Candylism for the pick 1.
Yeah, I definitely prefer Morgana coming into this as opposed to that Nami. I think that for the most part, most of the champion picks coming in from Illuminate the last game were pretty solid. I mean, and Vladimir as well, in the phase it was coming out from, actually was quite solid as well, I think. Perhaps mechanically might have been a bit lacking, and that could have been a big reason why it didn't succeed. But I think Vladimir was a good pick. I just felt like the bot lane was a bit lacking, because you have these early game strong champions, but that wasn't able to translate too much, and you didn't have like that Alistar who just had such incredible setups for the engage.
You don't really have the Luna to try to force the fight, especially with the Lucian combo. With a Lucian, you want to go aggressive because Lucian has so much early game advantage. You want to take advantage of it, but with the Nami, you kind of feel like it's lacking. With the Morgana, probably you can black shot the Lucian, and Lucian can go aggressive. Yeah, that's something you want to see. But now Lucian being banned away by close behind Esports, they probably want to ban another AD carry as well, probably the Caitlyn or probably the Caitlyn as well, the Ezreal. You don't want it to be a very safe lane as well for the enemy as well with the Morgana. So close behind Esports looking like they ban on the Ezreal well, so good bans coming from the side of close behind Esports. Whereas on side of Illuminate Candylism, banning out the Akali, we probably want to ban out something like the Orianna. No, not the Orianna. Probably
Urgot's already banned out.
Jax, maybe Jax.
Maybe Jax.
Oh, Ari is dead. Ari is dead.
Okay, Ari's an interesting champion ban. I think. I'm not exactly sure what the champion pool is for the mid laner here, so I definitely want to give them the benefit of the doubt that they know what they are banning out, right? So in this case, it could be a more targeted ban. I feel like this is. Because Lissandra and Gallo have already been removed, so we won't be looking at a repeat in that mid lane.
Oh my goodness, the LeBlanc pick. I don't like this.
Does this work? You have a lot of front loaded damage, but who you killing?
You're killing Morgana probably? Maybe, but I don't really like this coming in. And now,
what?
Oh, Vayne! Oh no! This is not going the place it's supposed to go.
Wait. Okay, so we just criticized LeBlanc like she has no targets, right?
Yeah. And there comes the target for you. The Vayne appearing here is just a bad drafting from the side of Illuminate Candylism.
I love playing Vayne. I love playing Vayne. I'm a huge advocate for Vayne, but so I think I know as a matter of fact that Vayne's gonna get absolutely struck by this.
Yeah, there's no way there's no way the Vayne actually survived the LeBlanc burst unless she goes for tank Vayne.
Oh. But what are the odds for that? I think the big reason why the Vayne is going for Vayne is because the Halo Blades is probably going to be quite effective in this bot lane trades, which means that whatever support it comes in now has to be able to capitalize or has to be able to try and defend against the potential Morgana Vayne bot lane.
And now it's actually the Rakan. We finally see the Rakan being picked. The first time in the whole of today we've been casting, we didn't see the Rakan. Rakan was left open for 2 games, banned out like the previous game. So Rakan finally being picked by the side of close behind Esports. They actually have a pretty solid draft. They have the Clack to run it down with the Rakan.
That's true.
The Sejuani ultimate as well. Kai'Sa to fly in together with the LeBlanc. A very, very solid team comp. Now looking at the side of Team Illuminate Candylism, something different is that Aatrox is the one going to top lane, so Sparky will take it over from Inky, and Inky will now take the Vladimir over from Sparky.
Yeah, so we are looking to see things swap around a little bit. I think that this might have been their intention in the last game as well, but things kind of got tossed out of whack. I mean, Inky had played a pretty mean Orianna, so I have pretty good faith in her ability to play mage mid laners.
But Vladimir against LeBlanc is a little bit tricky because if LeBlanc continuously harass the Vladimir, the Vladimir will not be able to stay in lane. So right now we need to see how Vladimir uses his Q, especially because if he uses Q on the minions, LeBlanc has a opening to actually take advantage and do as much damage as he can. So these small windows of trade is where LeBlanc will actually excel on. Vladimir has to be really careful in terms of using his Q. So this matchup is actually more LeBlanc favorite in the early game, but if it goes to the late game, LeBlanc has no way of actually going all out onto the Vladimir.
I'm actually a bit curious as well, because you're talking a little bit about this mid lane matchup and the way the dynamic of the mid lane works. How does the junglers factor into this? Because it feels a bit like both of them have some kind of escape, which makes them a little bit more difficult to lock down. What do you think? Does either side really have some kind of advantage in this?
I think the way the jungle work right now is actually not to go and gang the mid lane, but it's actually to enable the other lanes to play.
Right.
Because with the Vladimir as well as the LeBlanc, both of them, okay, Vladimir mainly wants to sit in lane farm, but LeBlanc wants to roam. LeBlanc cannot really soul kill the Vladimir, so she wants to roam to the top lane or the bottom lane and get advantage from there. So what the Sejuani needs to do is Sejuani needs to enable the LeBlanc by actually providing enough wards for the LeBlanc to hard shaft the mid lane and roam to the bottom lane to help support the Kai'Sa and the Rakan. On the side of Vladimir, however, the Vladimir wants to be able to hard shaft the mid lane and make sure the LeBlanc sits in the mid lane. Because she can't roam as fast as the LeBlanc, so she wants to make sure the LeBlanc sits in the same lane as her and not go off the side lanes and actually create a lead.
Yeah, so Vladimir looks like at this point just wants to be able to maintain wave control and keep the wave shoved in. So I think that might give Sejuani a little bit more agency in terms of gank patterns. But as you said, I feel like bot lane might be the ideal ganking path for the Sejuani and playing around this bot side. I'm quite interested to see what they want to go for. And something you mentioned as well, something that we haven't really been able to tell is what the Sejuani's rank is.
Yeah.
Right, because that's a big point that we've been trying to figure out. Because the Sejuani was like what, gold?
Off camera, we're looking. Oh, Sejuani's gold 3, but from her play pattern, it's like I can't believe she's still gold 3.
Yeah, there's no way.
She's out jungling a grandmaster diamond player.
Yeah,
and there's no way she's still gold 3. I think this is definitely a smurf. But
like. It feels like a smurf, but at the same time, it's like a level 104 account.
Yeah.
Which kind of makes it kind of weird, right? It's like, is this a smurf? Is this not?
Definitely a smurf. No, it can't be. She's level 104. There's no way a smurf account is 104. But at the same time, there's no way a gold tree is playing so well and out jungling in terms of macro and micro decisions. She's doing so well. How is she not?
There's some kind of mind magic going on.
Or is it just a conspiracy, man? Conspiracy theory.
Just trying to throw off the casters.
You know, like her teammate is like, I'm gonna troll this girl every time I see her. Conspiracy with this girl. You don't know, man. The Thailand server is probably like a server we haven't been to before. We don't know what goes on there. Maybe she makes a lot of enemies there. You don't know. But yet again, a bit hard to believe that she's gold 3, and we're actually moving over to the Summoner's Rift right now, pretty soon. So really looking forward to see what keystone they have. Will the Vladimir go for again the face rush and go over to the domination tree, or will she stay with the inspiration tree, which I felt that was very lacking. And again, it's still the inspiration tree.
Yeah, despite it being a different player entirely, still opting for inspiration. Okay, Vayne went for press the attack. So that's quite curious to me. You know, it's a little bit outdated. I feel like the strength of the Vayne is being removed by not taking the Hail of Blades. I feel like Hail of Blades was integral for the strategy to work out.
Yeah, but usually in competitive, when you see a Vayne don't really go press the attack as well. The other most common option is actually the fleet footwork. Because Vayne being chunked out a lot, you need to get a lot of sustain, and fleet footwork gives enough sustain for the Vayne. So that should have been the primary option, other than the Hail of Blade, which is actually a cheese strategy.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
right.
so-
It should have been either the Hail Blades or the press the attack if you want to be the fleet footwork if you want to be able to generate the kind of agency as Vayne. If you go for press the attack, you're basically saying I need Morgana to land her bind, and only then will I be able to proc all 3 stacks of press the attack.
Yeah, so this isn't very common from the Vayne. Going for a pressure attack, which has been a little bit outdated, but maybe, you know, who knows, this Vayne will pop off, pressure attack will give extra damage, the team will manage to just destroy the enemy team, so we don't know. The Vayne probably have some future insight going on within her head, things that, oh, I'm gonna smash this bomb lane, there's no way Rakan and Kaisa will smash me, I'll smash them harder. Yeah, we don't know.
That's the kind of dominance, you know. It's like that's the kind of thing that I love to see from players. You know, it makes for such great gameplay when they have this kind of confidence that, like, yes, I know as a matter of fact that if I go into this lane, I'm gonna win.
Yeah, and then from the side of the Vladimir as well, I really don't like this that she's going the inspiration tree, especially against the LeBlanc. You want to get as much healing as you can. Domination tree provides the most healing output because you have your Taste of Blood and you even have the Revenant's Hunter. So provide healing, especially with your Q, you can absorb much more heals. I'm not sure why she didn't opt for it.
Yeah, it definitely feels like the sustain could be better. Okay, here's my wildest best guess, right? She's going for Time Warp Tonic, and that's going to give her additional healing with the Dark Steel.
But you won't hold the top. But when you think about it in a realistic sense, the Time Warp Tonic don't really work very well for the Vladimir because you are relying most of your heals on the heal.
That's true. I mean, I think overall, long term, definitely more value for you to take the domination tree and then try to heal off of your natural skills. But it might be something that they have in mind to do this early game kind of thing, where maybe it pays off better early game. I think we would have to do the math to be sure. But I agree with you though. But I'm trying to figure out like what direction they're trying to make here.
Yeah, like in previous game, we see that the Vladimir actually goes for the boots as well as the 5% extra cooldown. So maybe something similar, and not really too sure what's going on. But now we see actually the Zac starts on the blue side instead of the red side. The previous game, he actually started on the red side. So both junglers starting on the blue side and pathing differently to the top side. I like this coming from the Zac because Zac should now focus a bit more on the mid and the bottom lane. Top lane let Aatrox somewhat sort of duke it out with the Clad. Probably it'll be Clad favorite in the early game, but once Aatrox gets a few items, it'll be favorite to the Aatrox.
Yeah. On top of that as well, talking about the Zac jungle pathing going around starting from the top side, I feel like Zac's jungle pathing is a little bit obvious, right? It's always this full clear pattern, which means that there's so much opportunity for you to just walk over and anticipate where the Zac is going to be.
Indeed, and because Zac has so much obvious pattern, because Zac early game is so not really very strong as compared to Sejuani, so you can look to punish his pathing. And now look at the mid lane as well. The Vladimir being chunked out low by the LeBlanc, because in those windows where the Vladimir uses Q, LeBlanc can look to all in going in as well. So Vladimir really have to be very, very careful with how he uses Q. Oh, look, that was a miss right there.
Yeah, if that hit, maybe could have gone for the cube, then for the chains. Let's go for the sigil, go for the chains, go for the ignite. Might be enough to kill the kill, actually. This is getting a little bit risky for the Vladimir, and Vladimir is relatively high health as well, so... Oh, man.
Yeah, look at Saba Blue moving over to the top side. Want to get a kill on the Aatrox.
Can he bait this out?
I don't think so. And Claire is looking to dismount pretty soon, so... Looks like it's not really working out for the side of... close behind Esports in the top lane. Clad doesn't have the lead, doesn't have as big as a lead as compared to when he was the Renekton against the Vladimir. And on the mid lane as well, Vladimir is having a CS lead as well. So yep, outperforming what is supposed to be a lead for the LeBlanc.
Yeah.
And now Vladimir is back to full health.
Yeah, honestly, Inky is really the cornerstone of their team, and really just being such an absolutely phenomenal player. She's placing so much pressure on the LeBlanc as well. You were talking about how Vladimir cannot out-roam the LeBlanc, so she really has to just shove LeBlanc on the turret and just try to anticipate any potential movement. And this is exactly what she's aiming to do right now. I'm doubly surprised by Vayne is controlling this bot lane pretty hard.
Yeah, and when you look at the health, oh wait, Aatrox actually was very low. Flash burn, there was a good gank coming in from Sejuani, but the bottom lane, Vayne is just zoning out the Kai'Sa. 10 CS down, already the pot use. The Morgana and the Vayne combo right now is insane. And
oh, beautiful gank path there. First blood for the Zac. Oh my goodness. This Jughead, please, some mercy.
I honestly didn't even see Zac down there. Like, he just appeared out of nowhere. Now, two kills to the side of the bottom lane, one on the Zac, one on the Vayne. And now the Vayne already got a plating as well. Might get a second plating. This Vayne is popping off.
You can tell that Candy, that close from behind, right, had a ward from the river. So they were like, you know what, this is safe. You could tell that they thought that they were safe. But coming over that wall as Zac, that's really something that only Zac can do.
Yeah, and when you play against Zac, I already mentioned this the previous game, that you have to be wary of his jungle pathing because he can gank you from anywhere. And that was just a little bit unlucky on the side of close behind Esports. They weren't very sure where he's coming from, and he come from behind them of all places and just punished by them.
Yeah, it's just wow. They are popping off right now, and we're finally watching. Not finally watching. We are watching Illuminate come ahead in the early game, and this is something that happened in the first game as well. I mean, Jughead was making some very nice moves, some very nice rotations, and setting the team ahead. Unfortunately, they fall behind afterwards. Will this be a repeat? It definitely feels like the Vayne might be something that they have more faith in, as opposed to trying to get the Aatrox fed last game.
Now the Vayne is already built for the Cutlass a hit in terms of item. Now the Vayne will be able to sustain, so having a fleet work is already like being compensated for by the item. This Vayne is really way ahead on what she's supposed to be. And now looking 6 minutes in the game, Illuminate Candylism is actually already like 1.5k gold ahead, so this is actually pretty big. Kai'Sa is like 1000 gold behind the Vayne. This is not something you expect. And now,
wow, coming in, the Clan Ultimate charging down to the bot lane. They're going for the catch onto the Vayne. Vayne flashes over to the side, but Wold still, oh no, does not get taken down at all right now. Ignite taking down. They get a little bit more damage on the Rakan. Rakan drops down to just barely over 200 health right now. No counter engage coming in. LeBlanc looking for rotation down bot side as well, but that's going to be a solid engage coming in, forcing the double summoner spells away from the Vayne.
And that was a very well timed. Oh, the damage trade though. The LeBlanc is 20 CS behind, so this is actually looking pretty good for Inky. Zac trying to look for a gank. I think he might have been spotted out by the minions, but no, Salmon Pink still playing very far ahead.
Yeah, playing pretty aggressive, but the wave naturally crashes towards her anyway, so she's not gonna be far enough ahead to get ganked by that Zac there.
But pretty much this game has been going a little bit unexpectedly, because you expect Kled and the LeBlanc to put in pressure, Kai'Sa, Rakan to slightly be ahead of the Vayne, but no, Vayne is now a hit in terms of CS and kills as well. So Illuminate Candylism playing the micro game a little bit better than close behind Esports, but we really see when it comes to the team fight, but what can both the Rakan, the Kled, as well as the LeBlanc do in terms of a 5v5 catch.
Seeing Zac move down into this bot lane, trying to anticipate this. Wow, look at the turret platings. What happened? Oh, wait, what?
This is just this Vayne popping off. I honestly didn't expect this in Champions League. I was like thinking, hey, this is just them doing a last minute ditch attempt to, like, salvage the situation, but it's actually just
it's all like it's like that moment where you're just kind of like, well, I don't have anything left to lose, right? Might as well try to play the Vayne. Actually, it looks like it's a pretty solid choice from them.
This is like the trump card. I'm not gonna play this until I have to, and I'm one game down. I have to play the Vayne. I pull it out, and now I'm smashing the game. 2,000 gold lead for the side of Illuminate Candylism. this game is really looking to be a little bit very anticlimactic because the Vladimir is just slowly getting ahead of the LeBlanc, the Vayne is just slowly popping off, and
Yeah, everybody's just scaling right now, right?
all the scaling champions are actually just overpowering the ones who are supposed to be like better in the early game.
Yeah. You're up against a Kaiser Rakan, but the Vayne somehow is coming up ahead. You're going up against a Vladimir, but somehow the Vladimir is ahead. She's ahead by a decent amount too. Look at the CS gap, 26. Then the Vladimir is literally denying like a third of the wave every single time.
This is just insane from the side of Illuminate Candylism. We were thinking that, hey, actually, close behind Esports, they were playing pretty well in the early game, previous game, but look at this. This is just Illuminate Candylism teaching them how to play the laning phase 101.
Yeah, I'm super impressed right now. Inky is CSing like a high challenger player, which I can't remember if she was.
I think she was Grandmaster Challenger, one of them.
Yeah, one of the two, right? She's just playing really well right now, and you can just see the gap that's being formed. Hextech, Proto Belt already being completed from
And
Vlad.
boots. Free boots.
Yeah, free boots too. Versus the Lost Chapter from LeBlanc.
Yeah. And now look at Bomb, they're trying to engage here. A lot of damage coming in from the Vayne. This bottom lane is not looking good for the side of those behind Esports. Mid lane is also looking pretty bad. Their only salvations again, the top lane, deserved Eiffel, who was the carry from the previous game, really needs to step up now. The team is already falling behind. 2,000 gold in 10 minutes. That's a very big lead in 10 minutes.
Yeah, what she's supposed to do at this point, Aatrox has his ultimate has her ultimate as well.
Oh no!
Forcing the flash. That's gonna be the Rakan ultimate coming in the grand entrance.
Oh,
Looking for the
a
catch
little bit
down
too
onto
far.
the Jax, but he will still be able to find a little bit more here to get the binding over onto the Sejuani over from the backside. They will see the Zac get taken down, but Zac still has the passive. Vayne moving forward now. A couple of auto attacks onto the Kled, forces the flash, forces the heal. They still might be able to pause this engage now. Jumping forward, Rakan one hit from death, has to flash away. Now chasing after the Kai'Sa to get one more auto attack. Vayne, will she be able to find this? A little bit more. Zac jumps forward, the bind comes out onto the Sejuani. It's a couple of auto attacks, but they're not able to find a kill. Forcing 4 members down to the bot lane, but it's still going to be Illuminate. They come ahead and they're gonna pick up this first turret.
Illuminate Candylism just fought 3v1 and no, they're gonna kill a Sejuani as well. What is going on this game? It's
First
a 3v4.
turret. Free kill gets the mid lane too?
Yeah, and during the whole action, actually, Vladimir solo killed LeBlanc. So this is really just everything going wrong for Close Behind Esports. In 12 minutes, they are already 5,000 gold ahead. And this is not very normal. And now LeBlanc trying to do a solo play here.
Oh no, he ignites, but what?
No, but still gets killed by the Vayne. This is everything is going wrong for the side of Close Behind Esports. They are falling apart. 5,000 gold behind in 12 minutes.
If you've ever seen desperation, that was desperation. That was a desperation play, and then some. Flash WQ ignite on the Black Shield Morgana.
Oh my, this is everything going wrong for the side of Close Behind Esports. And Vayne now already popping off 97 CS, 2-0 and 2, already completed the Blade of Rune King and the Burst Grief. And on the side of the Vladimir, Oblivion Orb, another 1,500 gold. How ahead the Vladimir is, and if the Vladimir just goes for the Sorcerer Shoe, that's it. Magic penetration 33, you're not doing true damage.
I mean, it's crazy, and I get why the LeBlanc wanted to go down bot lane to try and clean up, but she's so far behind. She was 0-1. She literally just died against the Vladimir, behind in levels, behind in EXP, behind in gold. No completed items at that point. I don't know what she was expecting going into that bot lane to try and get the kills, right? So it's just going to put her even further behind, because right now we're looking at a level 10 Vladimir versus level 9 LeBlanc, and the level 10 Vlad is an item, is I would say an item up right now.
Indeed, and the Vladimir right now, we've already maxed his Q, will be able to just keep healing and sustaining. Look at that. The trade is not even, and now he can just
did nothing.
Yeah, he can just heal up back on the creeps, and now he's very back to health. This is not going good for the side of LeBlanc. LeBlanc really needs to look at other opportunities where he can get a lead. And now, even with Herald being started off by the side of Illuminate Candylism, and Close Behind Esports has no way of contesting this.
They're not gonna play a 50-50 game, are they?
Oh, this is like 90 to 10.
90 to 10. Yeah, it's pretty much picked up. On
Unless
the
the
side.
Sejuani goes in right now and smite it. Steal the. But no, he's not going to do that.
Revenge! You took my burn, I'm taking a Rift Herald.
Oh, look at the damage.
1v2! My goodness.
What is just going on?
He has the ult too. This is it. She has to go for this kill.
Yeah,
Right?
and now look at top lane now. Zach with the Rift
Nope.
Herald. He looks like not going to summon it.
Might look to summon in a bit, but I think this turret is too
Yeah,
easily
I think it's
picked up for them.
a
Yeah.
free turret from him. And now Vladimir in the middle as well. Seems like he's gonna get the mid and turret as well. Oh my, what?
3 turrets picked up now. 14 minutes in. They are angry. You know, the last game they were like, "How did we lose?
I'm
how,
like,
how did we lose?" And then now they're just coming back in with a vengeance.
if this is a perfect game, let's just consider the option of
man.
it being a perfect game.
You
This
jinxed
is
it. You jinxed it. Now there's no way it's gonna be a perfect game. You jinxed it.
Yeah, I mean, probably. Oh, look, Air Truck's trying to defend the dragon, so it still might be a perfect game. Oh, look at that. And if this is a perfect game,
Forcing the flash away from the Sejuani, they find lockdown
Ooh,
onto the
no.
Clad. Clad goes down first, now they're looking for a second catch onto Salmon Pink, and LeBlanc gets taken out. The Sejuani is gonna die too!
they're still training the dragon. Why are you spoiling the perfect game? Oh, this is not the way it's supposed to work.
The darkest timeline. Inhibitor going down at 15 minutes into the game?
And I'm thinking the Cloud Dragon.
Are you kidding me? What is this priority right now? My goodness.
This is a smashing. This should have been a perfect game, excluding the dragon on the side. But,
What? Oh my god, the Nexus turret health. Wait, Repel was like 100 health. How does it?
I'm not too sure. But what a game this is. This is just Illuminate Candylism. Showing close behind Esports. The first game was a fluke. It will show you what is actually real League of Legends. And just smashing them so hard.
They're in here to take this game away from them.
Man, look at that. Vladimir already has the sorcerer shoes as well as a needlessly large rod. In the next team fight, she's just gonna shred everybody. Insane player. I wasn't expecting this because I saw the previous game. I thought they were pretty even, but this is just a one-sided stomping from the side of Illuminate Candylism.
Yeah, last game was not a clear indicator. I don't know. I don't know which baseline to take anymore, right? Is this what Illuminate's supposed to be? And is this what I should be expecting? Or am I supposed to be expecting last game? I mean, is this a fluke? Is that a fluke? What's going on? How can you one team vary its skill by this much?
I have honestly no clue as well.
Oh, man.
Now looking at both teams right now, Illuminate Candylism really just smashing and for close behind Esports. I think right now what they need to do is try to minimize the damage.
Oh, jumping in. It's gonna be a quick catch. They pull out the Sejuani. Sejuani does survive for a little bit longer. Tara still dishing out a good amount of damage. Zach gonna get popped over from the side.
Look at
Vladimir
that
coming
damage.
In. A ton of damage. Inky might be able to take down the ADC as well. A double kill so far and over the side. What a fight. 10-0. They're pulling ahead. What are they supposed to do at this point? Close behind is Danzo.
Close behind Esports. What is happening to you? What just happened in game 1? Where's close behind Esports from game 1?
Yeah, iPhone just did not manage to pull up a hit this time. Kled is not the same monster that Renekton was.
Yeah, now Illuminate Candylism, 10,000 gold ahead of
17 minutes.
In 17 minutes. This is a shellacking, man.
Oh no.
I have honestly no clue what have I witnessed this game as compared to the previous game. And look at Vladimir, another needlessly large shot. What can they do in the next fight?
Oh my goodness. They don't even have Baron to take yet. That's how early we are into the game.
Yeah, and look at LeBlanc's item compared to Vladimir's item. And,
No.
and you're like wondering, is this an AI game or is this an actual competitive match?
That's 2BM, man. That's 2BM.
Okay, we gotta tone down a little bit. Okay,
Yeah, tone it down.
this is just Inky just styling on the LeBlanc.
Yeah.
50 CS a hit, 4 kills a hit, and 2 items a hit of the LeBlanc.
My goodness, this
This is just not the game to play LeBlanc. As a LeBlanc, you'd be like, I want to smash hard, but now you're like, you're the one being smashed.
Yeah, it's just little Blanc honestly just uses the distortion to survive. And that's against the very principle of the
distortion,
LeBlanc,
right?
So,
This is insane coming in from Illuminate Candylism. So right for game 3, I honestly don't know where to witness this team or the Illuminate Candylism from game 1. Because right now we've just seen 2 different sides of Illuminate Candylism. I'm not sure which is the actual side.
Yeah, it's such a how can one team go from pretty even to
That's
close to perfect game?
Yeah, it's insane. Let's just assume the dragon doesn't count.
All right, yeah, dragons don't count in perfect games.
Yeah, this is just really one such lacking from the side of Illuminate Candylism. They're just like styling upon them. This is really so perfect.
Yeah.
0 kills conceded, 0 turrets conceded. The dragon was just a giveaway because they're already smashing so hard. We'll let you take the dragon.
They were literally, they were taking, what were they taking? They were they're killing the entire enemy team, like 3 kills, take top lane,
and they're just still doing the dragon.
Yeah, like that was just like you know what, you can have the dragon, and we're gonna win the game at this rate. I'll give it to them, you know, the dragon doesn't count.
Yeah, so now, Illuminate Candylism, pressuring the bottom lane turret, oh, look at the damage, just from Q, LeBlanc has that amount of health left.
Still trying to just siege down this bot lane, and you have the top lane super minions just breaking into the base as well.
Yeah, top lane and mid lane with the super minions slowly pushing in.
It's just a matter of time.
And on the side of Club Behind Esports, they don't have enough wave clear yet, so they can't really handle the push coming from Illuminate Candylism. So right now, my only suggestion is you do a do and die engage, get this game done, and look to game 3. And in game 3, they need to reconfigure what has been the winning formula for them, which is to play by the top lane.
That's pretty true at this point. They kind of just want to move on to game 3 and just look to see if they can do something else at this point, because this game, I don't know if they have anything else. Wow, it's just wasting the Sejuani ultimate, getting the lockdown onto the Vayne for a second there, but it's not going to be enough.
Look at Sejuani just melting.
Yeah, Sejuani just gets destroyed by the Vayne. Vayne dishing out huge amounts of damage, looking for the catch down. Oh no!
Oh, the perfect game! Why is that? Why? You shouldn't have died. Why is that? The perfect game is gone.
13-1. Nexus turret 1 going down. Nexus turret 2 going down. Where was the perfect game?
Oh.
And we tie it out 1-1 so far. Close behind Esports versus Illuminate are going to go into game number 3.
And honestly, from first 2 games, I will tell you that I have no clue who will win this best of 3. You think like Close Behind Esports just shellacking Illuminate Candylism in game 1, but Illuminate Candylism, no, I'll do better in game 2, and I'll just destroy you an almost perfect game, just 1 kill conceded. It's so different from both sides. You don't really know what to expect for game 3, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so I remember somebody telling me once that, I think it was in season 6 or season 7, you had like an almost perfect guess rate for Worlds. Was that a chase?
Oh yeah, that was true.
So if the guy that can have near was it a you had
I got like 3 wrong out of entire, but I was the most correct.
He was the most correct guesser in our entire server. If he can't guess what's gonna happen in game 3, nobody can. So let's see what how things are gonna pan out. We're going into a quick break. Let the players calm down for a little bit, chill out for a little bit. We'll see you guys in a bit. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
No, man.